And we are live, and the doors of the sanctum have been unlocked and open for the week. Welcome, everyone, back to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I'm your illustrious host, Widow's Son. With me is one of my awesome co hosts, Splicer87. Doc and Wanderer will not be with us tonight. As you can see, this is one of our early week shows. I, alas, have to work Saturday, so we're going to go ahead and get the show in for the week, and we're still going to have a good time and just see what kind of shenanigans we can get into. Jello Shots should be stopping by hopefully here in just the next little while. Always a pleasure to talk to him. If you haven't already, go ahead, like the stream. Really helps us out. Hit that subscribe button. Get the notification bell on. Come and join us every week and have a good time. We always seem to have a few laughs around here, and Splicer likes to stir the pot when it comes to certain.
Well, I'm sure going to.
Oh yeah, is that what?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going, brother?
I'm doing as amazing as ever. You know the drill.
Yes, strikes and gutters, ups and
Same
downs,
thing.
my friend.
Oh yeah, I just got a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, nice.
I am very excited. I'm going to buy the kind of garbage version of Skyrim, and I'm going to play it on the go.
I would like to make a quick observation about the show this evening. The two cool guys that have their hoods up are on deck tonight. So as we all know, Wanderer doesn't wear his hood, and Doc's hat's in the way. So the cool kids have their hoods
up. We're in the hood now. Oh man.
The cool kids wear their hoods up.
Totally. That's what I hear in school.
Also do want to give a real quick shout out to my YouTube mentor, Sir Hatman. He joined us Sunday for the show dedicated to my dad. Actually, it didn't hit me until later on that evening. I'm just like, you know what? I really actually didn't talk about him. So
we didn't really talk about him that much the entire time. You talked about it for like the first 10 minutes, and then it was just like other topics.
Right, and then everything just kind of got sidetracked. But
focus on getting a set topic for the show every week.
Look, yes, I know, and we need to start. We certainly need to start working on getting guests to come back in. I actually invited Bran this evening, but Sir Bran is doing some recording for a podcast coming up. And so he's not going to be able to make it. But shout out to Bran, Frank, and of course, yes, even you, Billy, to our boys over at the Geek Room. We love you guys very much. Your support means the world to us, and you know that we support you over here. So if you don't already, also go and subscribe to the Geek Room. Great bunch of guys, and have some great shows at the end of the week. So go check them out. No, man, it's
Yes.
Been a pretty relaxed just few days, man. Sunday, of course, was a little tough and all of that. And of course, I'm not making light of the day now that it has passed. I know that every year it's going to come back around, but it's like I like to say about the show, but also in a way about life, just one step at a time, one day at a time, man. That's all you can do. Mm-hmm. But to the east and back again. So,
yeah.
So how's school? How's all that going?
I mean, it's only been like 2 days, man. Not much has happened. Remember, we're all back in swing after the bit of holidays there, Black Friday, and we got our Thanksgiving, and all the students came back feeling all bored,
bummed because they can't sleep in anymore.
The week went by so fast. Yeah. I know. It did kind of go by fast.
Hey, I tell you what, they should consider themselves lucky, because the longer I was in school, the shorter like the holiday vacations got. I mean,
I will say that like still being involved in like high school activities but not being a student, it's kind of nice just because you don't have to like do so much.
well, I mean, I was never really into much when I was in high school.
Oh man, I was in like everything.
I'm sure you were. Were you the male? Were you a male cheerleader too?
No, but I was one of those band and choir kids, so
Oh,
same
so
thing.
you're a band geek.
Sure. No, I mean like our state jazz band would go to we go to state every year, have fun. Although it wasn't really hard, it was a really easy district.
Yeah. No, I really didn't do anything in high school. Like, I went to school and went to, the local underground punk rock shows and
Oh, yeah.
hardcore shows and saw my friends, and that was pretty much it. Like, I did go to homecoming one year, the dance. I didn't go to the game. The only reason that was, it was me, my best friend, and another buddy of ours, and so we just. The only reason that we went was because we were just killing time, because my best friend and I were going to Memphis the next day to see Typo Negative. So we had
it's all connected, of course.
right. So we had like 24 hours that we had to kill, and so we just decided to go and do that. This is definitely not my scene, man. But yeah, Typo Negative the next night definitely made up for it. So
well, yeah, man, I bet.
But yeah, I was just one of those that I was just kind of floating around,
Yeah. Dropping stuff.
Yeah, I hear that.
Oh, it's fine. It's my Nintendo Switch stuff. Okay, I'm excited. It's like little.
He's so excited that he can't hang on to the box, folks.
No. Thankfully, I unboxed it in the other room.
It's like, you're not good enough for this unboxing.
I don't think I'd do well as an unboxing channel. Thank you. Have you ever watched unboxing channels? Like,
I've watched, honestly, like really the only unboxings that I ever really watched. I've watched a lot of those deep web mystery box things. Sure. Those are kind of like, okay. I've watched random unboxings of records. For just certain things. I watched Phil Anselmo unbox, like, I think it was the 20th or 25th anniversary edition of Cowboys from Hell. Nice. And then Henry Rollins did, they had put out a,
yeah.
Oh, Lulu's here. Hello.
Yeah, I laughed at that.
How are you? Unboxing channels are weird, except for sex toys and weed. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I don't watch those, but more.
But Motorhead, they had put out this huge vinyl box set of Motorhead. Like, that's pretty much, like, I think if I remember correctly, that's all it was just vinyl. That was it. And had a bunch of like really like rare photos and stuff like that with it, ton of stuff. And I watched Henry Rollins unbox that. That was cool to watch because I'm a big Henry Rollins fan.
Sheesh. What? Don't judge me. Get out of here.
Hey, shut the fuck up, Donnie.
I'm adding on to your chat.
Well, I see that, but Lulu hasn't been here very much. It's awesome to see her here. But yeah, I'm like I said, I mean, number one, I watch that because number one, I love Motorhead. And two, I'm a huge Henry Rollins fan. If you need some tunes, you're always asking me, like, well, not always, but sometimes you're always asking me for music.
What's
You
the new jam out tune of
know.
the
If I had to make a recommendation to you, um, the next time, like you're like, if you can listen to stuff at work or if you're driving or whatever, check out the Rollins Band, and the album is called Wait, like Weight.
Okay. Got a coach. All right, noted down.
I'm
I'm nice,
nice.
really. So they say.
Well, I follow you on Twitter, Lulu. So yeah, I enjoy you. I enjoy your Twitter antics.
Well, who
Indeed.
knew you could tell how somebody is just based off how they are on Twitter?
Well, it can kind of give you an idea of personality in a way.
Depends on how active they are.
Do what?
Depends on how active they are.
Oh, that's very true as well. But yeah, definitely check that record out. I think you might dig it. I need to send. I think I sent that one to Wanderer, but I'm not sure. I'll have to. If I haven't, I'll have to.
That like all of my stuff like on Twitter is all based off of gaming stuff entirely.
I post stuff about the show, or sometimes I'll just kind of post what I'm thinking at the moment. Of course, I have pictures of the cats on there, because let's face it, cats are awesome. And no, one of them is not holding a gun to my head telling me to say that.
Sure. Tell us that.
No, my babies are just spoiled rotten. That's all that is.
Your cats are just like self-aware off camera that they're just like holding a gun to your head.
No, my oldest
demonic
cat's
cats.
no, my oldest Fiona, I say she's queen of the universe, and she has informed me that when she takes over the world, that I and her grandmother will be spared, because my mom basically just calls those her grandchildren.
Nah, Fiona's just looking for Shrek.
Oh, shut your hole. So now, couple of weeks back, I gave you some homework, and you did do it.
That's correct.
And you requested a redo.
I sure did, because
Okay.
it was a lot to process.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tough movie. Not really. It was just really long, man.
Was it hard to sit through the first time?
It was a little bit, but like, I mean, when one starts going, you get really invested into it. But like, I also low key could obviously know how the ending was gonna go. But like, how much am I allowed to say here on this show? There's some like things that are like naughty words for YouTube.
Okay.
We're
Okay. You can talk about things, but
avoid the words.
Avoid the words, and try to be as vague as possible.
All right.
Well, okay. So for those who are a little confused on what we're talking about, a couple of weeks ago, I gave Splicer here some homework. I let him pick between two movies. Now, we did this, and then, of course, out of right field, he decided that he wasn't going to tell me which one he picked.
That's right.
Until the next episode. I chose The Big Lebowski, of course. That's one of my personal favorites, obviously. And A Time to Kill with Matthew McConaughey, Samuel L. Jackson, Kiefer and Donald Sutherland.
Sandra Bullock.
Yes. And Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
So, and now, I actually at first thought he would pick The Big Lebowski, but I thought about it, and it hit me that he may pick A Time to Kill, and he in fact did. And so he requested a
like I'll read you just another like time to check out the movie. Yeah.
Lulu, the dude abides. Man. Don't let's not start a quote off, because I will win.
I'm checking how many things that like I'm looking at the games that Kevin Spacey was only in basically Call of Duty. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I remember him in it from Advanced Warfare, even though I never played the whole campaign. I just remember he was in it.
I mean, I've seen quite a few of his movies, and I mean, yes, I mean,
That's
of
a
course,
lot of movies.
there were some very serious allegations brought against him. I don't know how all that turned out because, like, I tuned.
Oh, we don't have to talk about that on this show, but
Right, but I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, this all goes back to our discussion about separating the art from the artist.
yeah, exactly. The whole point of like when I joined you on this show.
Right, and so,
Yeah.
so the premise of the movie is, do you want to do it or should I?
You can do it, man. You got
Okay. Okay, so the premise of the movie is it's set in Mississippi. Matthew McConaughey plays a lawyer who has a practice that's not doing very well. Samuel L. Jackson plays the father of a little girl who, at the beginning of the movie, is attacked. We'll just put it that way. And so basically, what happens is,
naughty things.
yes, basically Samuel L. Jackson's character goes after the guys who did it. He kills them.
Crime of passion.
Right. And it just kind of goes from there. I don't want to give away too much in the plot, like as far as the premise goes. Now we will talk about a few things that aren't really spoilers because they are key moments, but as you see the movie build, you'll see kind of where it's going. So first of all, let's talk about Mr. McConaughey.
Yeah, like your standard, just basic white guy lawyer from a nice community.
I mean, obviously,
that's kind of what it comes from.
Yeah, pretty much. I like
your average Joe.
I like the fact that they made him an Ole Miss law graduate.
Of course, gotta have that bias.
No, it's not bias. It's the fact that they mention Ole Miss. I'm actually sitting outside. It's not cold, really super cold, but I've got one of my Ole Miss hoodies on right now. So I got 2 words for you.
You love bias. That's true. Shucks.
Yeah. No, my 2 words were suck it.
Okay.
So he played that character very well. He had I mean obviously he's from Texas, so he has that kind of southern accent going on,
I mean, I would say he was mostly typecasted in that sense. He's already like a guy from the South, and he already had a lot of acting experience, right? At this point, or not?
I don't know.
Like he's fairly young at this point.
Well, right, but I don't know exactly how far into his career this particular movie was, because his very first movie, if memory serves, was Dazed and Confused. He played a character named Wooderson, which actually that's part of your next. That was going to be one of the ones for your next homework assignment. Shut the
my whole page is full of movies now. Like okay, so at the top of my screen right now, I have a bunch of like Wikipedia pages of all the movies you need me to watch, just so I can like have them on the list, just because it's a daily reminder that I need to watch Widow's Son's movie list. So I have it at the top of my screen right now. And
okay. So what all do you have exactly before we continue?
Well, I still have the old ones, like House of a Thousand Corpses and the other ones.
Well, if you've watched them, you should close them.
Yes, I know. I should take them off the top. Okay, fine. We have The Devil's Rejects too. That SLC punk movie you told about.
Oh yes, actually, I'll go.
Bastards.
Oh,
Raising Arizona, 8mm, Christine, which is what that one guy in the chat said.
Yeah.
Then Big Lebowski, Time to Kill, Speed, Hook. Yeah.
Okay, so
I can take a Time to Kill off now.
Yeah. Okay, I tell you what. If you can set aside the two, and that way you can pick and not tell me until the next episode, which I'll be in touch with you within the next day or two about my schedule for the next one.
All right.
Your next two will be Dazed and Confused and Inglorious Bastards.
Okay. Can do. Add it to the list.
I will save SLC Punk for the next one.
Okay. Well, and
But-
you're gonna give me the choice of two in the next one. I could just keep putting it off.
Then you would just be a dick.
I know. That's the spirit.
Way to go, Captain.
So this movie really, it kind of doesn't really hold back even immediately. Like you can tell, like the tone it's going for.
Oh, absolutely.
Like intense Southern freaking.
I mean, the reason, and honestly, now that you mention it, I never really looked at it quite like that before. But I think back to the very beginning of the movie, where they just kind of fade in on this field out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And it's real quiet, and you can hear the bugs and all that. And then out of nowhere, the silence is broken by
rambunctious dudes.
Wow, one of the most redneck-looking trucks I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that it was yellow was strange. But okay, whatever. When that silence breaks, it's it's just the movie's just already kind of grabbed you and it's like, come with me, we ain't got time to waste.
Freaking, it's like so the most Confederate truck of all time, or Southern blah blah.
Yeah,
flag in the back.
Yeah, I mean
Man.
it was total redneck mobile, dude.
Oh man, yeah, redneck. No, it's funny, dude.
Dude, look, you don't live in the South where I do.
But I've met people that are kind of like that. Not to
Oh,
that
no,
insane of a
no,
degree. I've been to
dude.
Missouri, and that's close
Okay,
enough.
no. Okay, look, you've been to Missouri. I tell
I've
you
been
what.
to like small town Missouri where people
Okay,
are like that.
Right. All right. I tell you what. You come down to Mississippi or Alabama, come down here for about 3 or 4 days and just observe and get back to me and tell me how you're living.
I just can't believe that even just going like just across the border, because I'm from Iowa, so like just going into Missouri just for a little bit, like you don't have to go very far to get that Southern accent.
No, it's not about the accent. I'm talking about just like
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that's the start of it all, and then there are dudes that rev up their trucks and be all throwing beer bottles and blah blah blah. Oh man, he'll rev up his truck and throw hands. Be careful. Oh no.
Look out, I have a mullet.
Look out, I have a mullet. It's 2021, but I have a mullet. I got you. Oh, man.
What was that from Family Guy? Mommy, I want a mullet.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that one thing I really did like about this movie is that, and this is something big for me, is the cinematography. The movie itself, even from the beginning, was very, very.
A lot happens in this movie, man.
It does, but if you, I'm talking about like, okay, let's take this like one of the first
camera angles, right? Like
yes,
like the way they cut up the scenes and patch it all together.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when Kiefer Sutherland's character, like him and his friends are, because there is a scene in the movie where several of the characters are actually joining the KKK.
I was just gonna call them the Sheets.
The Sheets.
Yeah, I was just gonna call them the Sheets as our word for it.
The Sheets.
They're known as the Sheets. From this point onward, and in this stream, they're known as the Sheets. That is our friendly word. All right. He turned off his mic. All right. Homie, you gotta fix your microphone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I accidentally pulled my that cord out of the laptop.
Microphone out.
Shut up. Um,
Oh my
the
god.
fucking
Not
sheets,
that
dude.
funny. It's not that funny. Your
No, it is.
reaction is
No,
funny.
it is funny. It is funny
Oh man.
because, dude, living where I do, they're pretty much like all over the place
I
down
wouldn't
here.
surprise me. I know people like have those groups across the US.
Well, no, dude, I'm telling you, come down here. Oh
Oh
God.
man. I'm good. I'm good. Farther away from them the better. People here oh man, we wouldn't even allow like a like a passive group to be around here. Not gonna
Oh,
happen.
okay. So not only do you not allow racists, which is good that
I
you
know,
don't,
crazy.
but you wouldn't allow hippies.
Mm-mm.
That's some bullshit.
Probably not. No. I mean, I
That's
can't
some
speak for all of people where I live, but
that's some old bullshit, man.
that's some bull. Anyway,
That's some bullshit. But yes, like how like the angles of it, like one of the first shots out in front of the courthouse, like one of the crane shots, was just great. Like I'm thinking you're actually getting to see more of what's actually going on. And see, that's one reason, and that brings up that does to me just my, and this is my opinion only, but it brings up an interesting point. With the over usage of CGI a lot nowadays, you don't really get that really realistic look. Like if you look at movies from like the 90s and moving forward up to like probably the somewhere in the early 2000s. Uh, but I mean, it just has more of a just a realistic look to me.
yeah. I mean, if it seems like a really pretty fairly good quality. I mean, isn't it like? I mean, maybe it's only 480p. I'm not really sure. 720. It
Uh,
might have been blown up to be a discount HD, the version that I saw.
I mean, well, I mean, certainly yes. I mean, the movie
Yeah,
was obviously, cleaned up and
upscaled.
everything.
So a little
Right.
decent, yeah.
I
So
mean, just run it, program it, and run it through an HD filter.
that's basically what
Boom.
everyone does. Yeah, like every old movie now, you can see in pretty much a discount HD quality. Which is what I'm saying.
And see that's one thing I don't get. Now I've come across a lot of movies that you can buy on DVD and they're still pretty good quality, but even so, when they were first actually released on DVD, you know, it doesn't take much more just to kind of go ahead and run them through an HD filter. Go ahead and clean them up. That's oh, of course. I mean the prices of fucking movies when you want to actually buy them are fucking outrageous.
Yeah, yeah. Well, did you know that like a streamed version of most movies is like by nature of it in lower quality
Mm-mm.
because of the stream? Yeah. So like when you buy like a Blu-ray disc, for example, you really are getting like the full film with the fancy Blu-ray stuff.
Right.
Yeah, like yeah, it's a lot to pay for a Blu-ray film, and people don't really do that as often anymore.
That's why I buy them used.
Yeah, and you can buy like the standard DVD. That's fine too, but you get a higher quality on a disc version, just because by the nature of it being a disc in physical format on a reader.
Right. And see, I think really that's one reason why. Um, that's another reason why I enjoy being very selective when it comes to movies that I actually want to own and add to my little collection here. Um,
Well, yeah, and like of course, any streaming site can remove any movie for any reason whatsoever.
oh, right. I mean, Netflix has already pissed me off quite a bit uh, over the last several years. They removed Sons of Anarchy from their fucking lineup.
I know, and even
Um,
their shows are edgy. They'll remove anything that's not like edgy on like that's pretty edgy on there. That's not on their platform. It's not their shows.
right. Um, and then of course they started canceling shit that I started getting into. Like, no, and I know that happens. I mean, it's the whole thing
It
for a ton
usually
of
just goes to
people.
Hulu after that, but
No,
yeah.
no, I'm talking about like their stuff, like
Oh, their stuff?
yeah,
Yeah.
like their stuff.
Their Marvel stuff that they canceled?
Oh, I haven't watched
Oh,
any of
man,
that.
dude, I loved Daredevil so much. It was very, very good.
I actually heard it was pretty shit, but
Oh, wow, okay. I mean, through an objective lens, yes, there are flaws, but it was fun to watch, even though it's it's a guy pretending to be blind. Like you can only think about it so much.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I was watching The Order. I don't know if you've watched that or seen
You
it.
mentioned
Seen
it
of it.
last time, maybe, or the
Yeah,
short term before that.
It's about an underground secret society and at this college, and it's called the Hermetic Order of the Blue Rose. And the occult aspect of it is what grabbed my attention. I was just like, okay, I'll watch the first episode, and like immediately I was hooked. And they've apparently canceled it. I was watching.
They cancel these shows before they really get off the ground. Is what you're talking about?
Well, no, they get off the ground, but then they just suddenly cancel them, and they just leave gaps. You know what I'm saying?
Like stories unfinished, untied.
Exactly.
Why bother?
Exactly.
Especially when you're Netflix and you have the money to finish a series, at least like an extra maybe half season just to tie up the loose ends.
Exactly. I mean, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, YouTube should do that too with their originals they've canceled.
Hang on, let's see. The Order was all right.
I wouldn't know.
Mindhunter was awesome, and I don't believe they're making a third season. You know, I haven't watched Mindhunter. I've been meaning to. I need to finish the third season of the Mayans.
Yep.
But anyway, I digress. So,
Well, yeah.
so we have Matthew McConaughey, this very intelligent Southern lawyer who's taken on like the case of his career and all of this. You have Kevin,
experienced,
right? You have Kevin Spacey, who plays the district attorney, whose character was very mischievous. And just his,
he's a lawyer. He's going to be underhanded.
Well, also, I mean, he's the district attorney of that.
Yeah, of that state in particular in this time period.
Or no, of that county. He was the county.
Oh, you're right. County, yeah.
So.
Represents the people, as they say.
Right, and when you're introduced to him, like how kind of smug he is, like that one guy comes walking into the office and he was just like, this guy's got himself a lawyer, and it's Matthew McConaughey's character, and
he's
Kevin
like,
Spacey,
that guy?
Yeah, Kevin Spacey turns around and he's like, and today ain't even my birthday.
It's in the bag, boys. Oh, man.
And the other great response was when they told him who the judge was, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it is my birthday."
It was like Judge Noose or something.
Yeah, the fucking
laughed my ass off.
Like the first, like after I watched the movie like a couple of times, like I caught it. I finally caught it, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. Right. And yeah, but his response to that is like, I'm sorry, it is my birthday.
The guy who played the judge was pretty good, though. I liked him.
The guy who played him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, as good as that gentleman did,
he seemed like some discount wizard.
Right. He was like a discount Dumbledore.
Basically. That's what he reminded me of, or like, I don't know.
You like those half moon glasses and shit?
Gandalf on crack?
No. Okay, how about Dollar Tree Dumbledore on meth?
Oh man, that's the good stuff. Can't wait for that.
But yeah, that
someone should make art of our descriptions of characters for the show.
Oh, that would definitely get us canceled then.
Oh man, we need some edgy fan art. Get on our future listeners.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Get on our website.
Oh God, it'd be like the Opie and Anthony show. We just start talking about random shit.
Oh yeah.
And then finally they bring us all together in a room and they put us on satellite radio and we start making tons and tons of money.
Well, what would our URL be? It can't be .com or .org. Those are lame. Gotta be like
.7 maybe. I don't know. .7.
I think it has to be 3 characters.
Okay.
No, it's not. No, it doesn't. It can be 2 characters.
Okay. How about FU?
All right. Sanctum.fu.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I really.
Man, I haven't made a website before. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's the the Knuckles meme. Oh no. I don't know if you're familiar. It's Sonic Adventure Knuckles. People can look that up.
Oh, I'm well aware of who Knuckles.
Oh yeah.
Shut up.
Oh no.
Okay, so then we are also introduced to I can't remember who the guy. I can't remember the guy's name.
President Snow.
The
That's all I think about is President Snow from the Hunger Games. The old layer? No, probably not.
No, I'm talking about Matthew McConaughey's friend, the divorce lawyer.
Oh yeah, the guy who he has his hair like
he's
that guy with like some hair.
Well, I mean, he's a divorce lawyer, and so he's just sitting back
in the dough. Yeah,
right. I mean, he's just making money hand over fist.
Yeah, that's what divorce lawyers do, man.
I know. I know, and honestly, if I had the grades and had gone to law school, I would have probably become a divorce attorney.
I mean, hey, that's like the one thing where people are just getting abused, and it's mostly okay.
Just
don't get divorced, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true too.
Man, I would rather be tied down, man. I really don't want to go through that. Just pick the right one first.
What?
What? I didn't say anything. Moving on.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Nope, moving on.
You scurvy shyster bastard.
Hey, I like fruit. This is not scurvy.
Oh no! It's
Oh no!
It's just really bad eczema. That's all it is. That's all it is.
So talking about freaking divorce lawyer guy. Yeah.
So we're introduced to him now. Can you Google Fu and tell me his name, his character's name, and the actor?
Okay. Let's see. Let's just type in divorce lawyer on the freaking wiki and see if it comes up.
Dude, just type in A Time to Kill.
Let's see here.
And
Patrick McGowan or no Oliver Platt? I don't know these people's names in the movie. This isn't fair. They're all old now. This isn't cool. Oh man, IMDb.
Yeah.
Let me Google fool. You're fine. Chill out.
What? I didn't say anything. Stop trying to stir the pot. See, you're doing it again. It's just like I said at the beginning of the show. Okay, so while you're looking that up, so we're introduced to him, and this is the day the two guys who attacked the little girl are supposed to be arraigned. Well, so of course, Samuel L. Jackson, his character takes the law under Oliver Platt. Okay.
Yeah. That's the actor's name. Like his name in the movie is Harry Vonner. Harry Rex Vonner.
I knew, honestly, I only knew his because you hear them call him Henry Rex, but I never knew his last name.
Yeah, Harry Rex Vonner. That's apparently his name in the movie. So anyway, Oliver Platt.
What else has he been in?
I don't know. I can look that up too.
I'm trying to think of where I've recognized him from.
Filmography. Just as a snake sheds its skin, a square peg in the round hole. When you're a hammer, everything's a nail. What are these names?
Wow, these sound really, really bad.
Oh wait, these are like new things that haven't come out yet. All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Babies and Fools, Death Trap, Superhero 2016. I think some like 90s stuff. Is that what you want?
Sure.
Okay. In '98, he did Doctor Doolittle as Dr. Mark Weller.
Never saw it.
Bulworth, The Imposters, Dangerous Beauty,
No.
The Infiltrator. I don't know these movies, man. Wise Guy, TV show. Postcards from the Edge, Flatliners, Working Girl, Married to the Mob.
Okay, I think I remember him
don't
from
know these movies.
Flatliners. I think I remember him from Flatliners.
Gun Shy in 2000.
No.
Don't Say a Word 2001. Zigzag. Pieces of April. Yeah, I don't know what these movies are, man.
Yeah, me neither.
Casanova in 2005. I can't speak.
Okay, so now the next person that I want to bring up is Kiefer Sutherland. Now, I've seen quite a few of his movies over the years. I love the guy. He's a tremendous actor. Of course, I loved him in The Lost Boys, which I know you're going to tell me you've never seen.
Yep, you're right. Add to the list. He's speechless, guys.
Yes, I am. Dude,
like I
you
had
are
like,
no.
Just been a movies. 1987 film. Man, that's when my mom graduated high school.
Still, you are 22 years old. You should have at least come across that movie.
You're right.
I
should have watched every movie in '87. I agree.
Why are you being an asshole?
It was a joke, man.
I know, man. Why you gotta be such a dick, man?
Right,
but it's oh god, like you are literally the second person that one, like just knowing that you have not seen this movie and you admitting to not having seen the movie. You were the second.
A lot of movies. I don't
care. I know that, but this one in particular, while it is a vampire movie, it's so much more than that. And oh yes, I mean, but Kiefer Sutherland did a tremendous job in A Time to Kill. Now you were saying that you think Matthew McConaughey was typecast. I really don't.
I mean, he's supposed to be an average Joe to me, so that's what he seemed like.
Well, no, that would honestly like the average guy, hardworking dude in the movie. To me, that would have been Kiefer Sutherland. Like, McConaughey's character just kind of seemed like, he was that, like one of the preppy kids in school, and he like had to work in a restaurant on the line or something to pay for law school and all this other kind of stuff. And do you get? God damn it,
Freddie Lee Cobb. That's what's
yes.
Kiefer's character. That was the sheet section.
Yeah.
Okay. Figure. He's one of those guys.
The sheet section.
That's all I'm gonna say, man.
No, the sheet section.
Mm-hmm. we're in like a not I was gonna say grocery store, but that's not groceries. So we're in like a Walmart in the sheets section.
We're in the linen. We're in the linen.
The linens section.
Yes, we're in the linen.
The South call it. All right.
Oh, I mean, we're in the South. Everybody buys We're in the South. Everybody buys everything from Walmart.
From Walmart.
Oh God, I hate going to Walmart so fucking much, dude.
You can just order it online and pick up.
No, dude. No. I mean,
that's all I ever do.
Well, no. I just the fact that I have.
No, I never go into a store alone. Like I just freaking straight up just pull up, have them loaded in my car, and I drive away. Easy.
No, I'll go to the store by myself, but what I do is when I go to Walmart, honestly, I really don't like to dick around. I go in there with a game plan and I want to take a blind run at the place. I want to get this, I want to get that, I want to get this, I want to check out, I want to pay for it, I want to get out of here, I want to get back to my real life. I don't want to fucking walk around in Walmart for a goddamn hour. And forgive me, everybody. There's my upstairs neighbors have a dog, and I don't know what the hell it's barking at. So, but it's just part of the ambiance that we try to create here.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we wanted to put the puppies in the background.
um, the guardian of the sanctum.
Guardian of the Sanctum.
Um, we shall call him Cujo.
Oh yes.
another great,
Super
another
low.
another
Super
great movie.
low. Oh yeah, that's nice.
So,
I
um,
wasn't going that low in like multiple years. Oh my
but no, like I just absolutely despise going to Walmart. I do.
That's fair. You don't have to,
But see, the other thing is, if it wasn't for places like Walmart, then local grocery stores like wouldn't have to jack their prices up.
Yeah.
That's um, there's and a real quick point about this. There's a very interesting documentary out called Walmart: The High Cost of Low Price. Um, I highly recommend everyone watch that. Um,
So like the Walmart equivalent of like Super Size Me
no.
places.
Well, this one goes a lot more in depth about like the company itself, and their supposed unfair hiring practices, the fact that like they don't pay their employees a decent wage. Um, and speaking as someone who actually did work for Walmart when I was just out of high school, um, I can certainly see that. Like they would literally do everything they could to keep you from getting 40 hours a week. If you were like a new person, because they didn't want to pay you, full-time pay and offer you like insurance and shit. So,
Yeah. Some from the Midwest, right? I have this place called Menards,
mm-hmm.
and they're the equivalent of Lowe's and Home Depot.
Okay.
They're just like an only Midwest chain of like restaurants. Wow, I'm stupid. Department stores that sell lumber and housing equipment and stuff. Anyway, I worked there.
Basically, just like a Sam's Club hardware store.
It's a hardware store. It's like I said, it's literally just Lowe's and Home Depot.
Right.
So it's exactly that. But
except one's blue and one's orange.
Yeah, and this one's technically green, but they still wear blue. Like all the people there still wear blue. like
the store colors are green, but you will wear blue.
Literally, it's like the same color of Walmart blue. It's like a darker blue on.
Oh wow, I'm surprised they didn't get sued over that.
It's because like color science, blah blah blah. If you wear blue, you're more likely to be approachable.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I get that. I mean, I'm just literally saying I'm surprised that Walmart didn't try to sue them for using their same color.
Yeah, and I have like 5 of those shirts still in my closet because they make you buy your own uniform and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever. And they tried really hard, to not let you get that 40 hours for that extra pay. And if you were full time, you technically could, or you had to. But like the company got like super mad at people that would like milk the clock or get overtime, and it's bad.
Well, see, like bigger companies like that, like let's take call center companies for example. They absolutely hate when you go over 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if it's just like a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And see, that's why like working in a call center, as someone who did that for a total of 8.5 years, it starts out great and the money's awesome, and you get benefits and stuff and all this. But as time slowly passes, you feel it start to drain your soul. And I mean, it's just.
Man, I hated 12-hour days. Like literally, someone who's working like part-time, like I was not supposed to work 12-hour days, but I was just too good at my job, I guess. They needed me that badly. I was a really good light bulb salesman, man.
Look, dude, I'm going to tell you, my first call center job was for doing DirecTV tech support, which was pretty much a cush gig. I did tech support. I didn't have to do billing or anything like that. I could answer basic questions, but
They still complained about billing though, right?
well, yeah, but then I could. We had a billing department at that
I'll just
point.
transfer you over to the billing department.
Exactly. um. So
Time.
and we had pay-per-views always fucked up, and so we'd have to deal with things like that, like for especially for like MMA or WWE events. um didn't get too super hectic a lot of the time.
My pay-per-view's not working. I paid you money. Where is it?
uh,
Why?
oh good god, the last company that I worked for, that was exactly it, man. I mean, they're
I gotta watch my Randy Orton and John Cena.
why do I have to watch it in standard? I paid for the HD.
Oh my god.
I actually got those calls. I swear to
Your
God.
bandwidth is not fast enough, sir. Would you like a refund?
No, no. The reason that they would be calling is because they they would search for the event and they would order the first one on the list, and everything that's in HD is always marked HD. And if your order didn't say HD on it, then you got the SD version.
Rip.
So,
Get scammed.
oh god.
Boys.
But anyway,
Long tangent. Just to kill that a time to kill. Just saying.
So then we finally get to meet Donald Sutherland's character, which he is an incredible actor. One movie that he's in that I really enjoy is Backdraft.
And he's in the Hunger Games.
Yes, I'm aware he is in the Hunger Games. I've only seen the first one once.
Yep. Has to be in the freaking Hunger Games. President Snow, baby. I witnessed this guy die on camera.
He's been in. He was in.
Yo, he looked old in 1996. Like, bro.
Well, I mean, he was in Backdraft. I think that was in 94.
Let's check.
I want to say 94, 93, 94, 95.
Okay. I don't see it on this list. I'm looking at his Wikipedia page. It's in Backdraft. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
You have to wait while I find it.
No problem.
He has his own dedicated wiki page just to his filmography. That's how many movies he's been in. I could just look up the movie too.
Well, while Splicer's doing the Google foo, once again, if you haven't already, go ahead and like the stream. That really helps us out. Hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on. Come and join us every week. I guess Lulu is still lurking and listening, as it were.
It's 91.
Oh, I was way off.
Yeah. So I was confused because I was looking in the late 90s and not the early 90s.
But Backdraft, he was really, really good in Backdraft. He played a character that was a pyromaniac.
Ah, I see. Wow, there's just so many movies,
right?
And TV shows. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah. He I don't even remember what season it was. Was it?
It does not say what season.
Oh, it doesn't.
It just says I don't really know. Let me look. He played a guy named Merrick Jameson Smythe.
I don't remember.
Merrick is Buffy's first watcher who appears in the Buffy movie.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So he's in the very first movie, like the original, like thing that started it before the show.
Yeah.
Of that super long-running TV show that Chiller is still milking to this day. Yes.
But his character was interesting to watch. I mean, he was a lawyer who was disbarred, and he's a raging alcoholic.
Yep.
I mean, he literally would just walk around cradling a bottle of Dewar's in one arm and a glass in the other hand.
He looked like a super duper alcoholic in this movie. It's kind of weird to see it, but like, you know, my only other movie that I've seen him in is literally just his Hunger Games President Snow, like super rich guy, evil character. So it was weird seeing him as like a mentor figure to Jake.
Yes. And
Matthew
now Sandra Bullock's character was
very
interesting.
aggressive and sexual.
Do what now?
She was very aggressive and sexual.
Is that how you like it?
There was some sexual tension there like the whole time.
Well, no shit. I mean,
my God.
you could
wants to cheat on his wife.
You could honestly no, you couldn't cut that with a knife. You would have had to cut that with a chainsaw.
Man.
I mean,
this man's like, stay loyal to your wife. Stay loyal.
Right, like when they were sitting in his office and
this man's like sweating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's in the summer in the South. What'd you expect?
Oh my God.
I
mean,
well, I do what?
This man's lungs were on fire. He just didn't know it.
But yeah, he's just sitting there, and she looks at him and like says, "Do you want me to stay?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's why you better go."
Oh, the script is really good.
Oh, the script is excellent.
The jokes are very funny, and there's quick humor that it's done really quickly.
Oh yeah, like when Matthew McConaughey and Harry Rex were standing in his office talking to his secretary, you know, and they just make that little joke about they thought the two of them were sleeping together, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, she did him a lot. And they just they start laughing.
Just start giggling.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's also why, like, when she first approaches him, right, because she wants to work for him, like, he's immediately trying to deflect her at every chance he gets.
Oh yeah, and then
he's like, you're a good-looking woman, basically, but I just can't, and he knows it.
He's just standing there going, no,
very
bad
husband. I'm so proud of him.
Exactly.
Proud of Jake's character. Good job, man.
Yeah, man. He had some
strong will.
Yeah, he had some willpower, definitely. I mean,
no, but like Ellen's character, like, you know.
Oh yeah, and to watch Harry Rex drool over her was great. Because like I love when they're sitting in the restaurant and like she comes walking in and they talk for a minute and she's walking out and he's just
there was this one guy at the end of the movie, right? It was like the older guy. He's like, you can call anytime.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
God. He's like, yeah, thanks.
Dude, he was just, oh man, he was so fucking creepy, man. I'm telling you.
Super
like
creepy guy asked this random woman lawyer.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Like my favorite line from Harry Rex about her was when she's leaving the restaurant, he just goes, "You got to love the Lord for making things like that."
Okay.
I'm like,
yeah. And like, okay, and she called out Jake when they went out to eat. That he brought her to an all black bar or something to eat at.
Yeah,
you don't want to be seen with me.
It's like you're just like, yeah, I mean, she just kind of lets him have it, and I'm just like, well, wait a minute,
bro. He's married. Let him do his thing. All right. Oh man. It's not about that though. We have a much more important topic about this movie, which we have been avoiding this whole time.
Okay, well, what would you say that is?
Okay, so obviously the freaking two guys, I would say they definitely deserve what came to them. The guys who did the dirty things to young girl.
Yes, I completely I agree with you.
Man. Father had every right to take his revenge on them with that.
Right, and see,
brutal. But come on,
man. No, I completely agree with you. And looking at the movie from a standpoint of this is a father whose daughter was attacked and almost killed, and that can do a lot
The whole winning argument, yeah, it makes so much sense because of it. Like, what if it was your kid?
Right. And I mean, and this is another reason why I think Samuel L. Jackson was so good in this character, in this role, um, because you can literally feel his emotion at that point. Like when he pulls up to the house and he goes inside and the little girl's laying on the couch, and he goes running over to her, and like that's who she was wanting. Like that's who
she was yelling for him the whole time. Like my heart just freaking sank, man.
Oh no, the part that got me is when she said, "Daddy, I'm sorry I dropped the groceries."
I'm sorry I dropped the groceries.
Oh man, that, like, the first time I watched that movie, that just tore my fucking heart out. I know,
because they needed those groceries too.
I know.
Yeah, they have like no money like the entire movie until the NAA.
Well, yeah, that was that's a whole nother like side plot that I don't really want to get into.
Yeah, it's not appropriate for YouTube, but the with the colors side plot is a.
But the one thing that the one thing as the movie progresses, and of course you're building up to this point, but the trial itself has a nice build. Like there's some peaks in it, and then there's some low points and everything. And to me, every courtroom scene, every courtroom scene kind of started out in a slump, but then would immediately pick right back up.
Okay, so like watching this movie, like after watching like a few other trials we won't mention on this show, like in real life stuff. I mean, it's a lot to think about, like especially now that I do have more knowledgeable friends that know about like law and stuff. They're not lawyers, but they're more fluent in this kind of stuff. It was nice to like see the mostly proper courtroom etiquette in this movie.
But the one part that I love, and the whole movie is amazing. And once again, I'm going to highly recommend this movie. If you're listening live right now, or if you're going to go back and listen later, I highly recommend, if you have not seen it, look up A Time to Kill and watch it. It is an amazing movie.
I'd say like it's more let's say pointed towards like adults. I don't think like children should watch this without like knowing the context of it all.
Well, thank you for coming by, Lulu. Please come back and see us again, and we would love to actually have you on sometime if you'd like to come and join us.
Hey, Wanderer was here the week that I wasn't, so it happens. All right.
What's up, Silent One? Good to see you. In the part that I'm talking about is Matthew McConaughey's closing argument.
Yeah, the long speech. Close your eyes.
Yeah, the whole story that he's telling.
That's little stuff that like wasn't shown on camera, but it's like the full facts of the case.
Right.
Like, wow. Oh my God.
Oh, I mean, you want to talk about, and I know you've never seen it, and you must add this one to the list. But A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men.
Tom Cruise.
Are we not like a freaking library just built off 90s movies now?
That's because they're so much better.
Built different.
But yeah, let's see. Tom Cruise, Demi Moore, Kevin Bacon, Jack Nicholson, Cuba Gooding Jr. has a cameo in the movie.
It's one of those American movies.
It's based around basically what it is there's a private in the Marine Corps who threatened to rat out a member of his unit about something and was going to the top. He was trying to get transferred from his current post. They're going to haze him. He ends up dead. And it's a military like a military courtroom.
So it is American. I knew it.
Yeah, it's America. It's
America. Got it. That's fine.
America, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but his closing remarks, that story and everything at the end, at that, coming right up there to the end of the movie, it's
It's woof woof. I agree, dog. I've watched the past few streams, man. Yeah, it's like what 2 episodes ago. I'm not there, but Wanderer is. So you got this. Have fun.
so
Yeah, I would say it was just a good all around experience. It makes you think a lot. Obviously, it's just intense topics we can't talk about on YouTube. I apologize, but
well, look at
yeah, man.
there.
Hello, you're playing Halo Infinite now. I see you. All right.
Yeah, I
Yeah, freaking
figured
stuck. He
he
actually just got
was.
off. He just got off Halo Infinite. Freaking yeah, get stuck.
Okay, man. But
Man's on his Halo grind.
but yes, the movie overall, it is, like I said before, it's an intense ride, and it starts from the moment the silence is broken. It starts. Um,
Like I don't think it's like super duper cult classic. Oh my god, 10 out of 10 movie, but it was really fun to watch. And
no,
it's important
you.
that you should watch it.
Oh yeah, no. You want a movie like that, then you should watch The Shawshank Redemption. Um, that movie right there is a goddamn masterpiece. Um,
When people had more passion in their movies. Grinding battle pass. Yeah, exactly, man. I hear that battle pass is quite a grind, as they say.
slave to the grind.
No, it's so if we want to talk about Halo Infinite, I'll like say what I've heard, right? Um, there's these weird challenges, right? The only way to progress to the battle pass is not by simply playing the game, but by doing somewhat menial tasks like kill 15 enemies with this specific pistol or something, something, something.
Oh yeah, honestly, a lot of the games that I've played all have things like that in them.
Like
Um,
I'm okay with normal battle pass systems where it's just grind XP, like play the game, play 50 matches, then you finally get your stuff. Whatever, that's fine. It's a bit grindy, but I can live with just playing the game. Yeah, 3 weeks to get to level 40. That's freaking way too slow, man. They finally have the XP count per game. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like it was just too slow, Wanderer. I really did like kind of refuse to play it because of how grindy it was. But if you say it's better, maybe I'll hop back into it for a few games. Get my battle pass up. But no, I've been busy doing my solo stuff. Not even recording, just solo games that I've been wanting to do. And now that I have the Switch, I can start playing those. I want to start trying. I want to start playing some JRPGs. Get some Japanese stuff in my life. Not really a big anime person, but
yeah, I mean, I've tried to watch it. Like I watched a little bit of DBZ when I was in college,
yeah,
and I watched a little bit of Death Note like about a year ago.
sure, sure. I mean,
Uh,
I assume you watched like dub versions then, because you're like not so much into subs, right?
well, no, I mean I would watch them with. I mean, I like foreign movies.
Yeah,
I'll watch like Inglorious Bastards is uh it's about 50-50. Like 50% of it is in English, and like the rest of it is going to be in either French, German, um yeah, pretty much French and German.
have we talked about Squid Game on this show?
I haven't watched that yet.
I'll see. So much for you not so much for liking foreign stuff. That's like the biggest foreign thing of the year.
Oh, we got a band, do
Ooh,
we?
yeah. I think I saw that on like what was it Instagram, Snapchat, something. Nice job, Wanderer. Very proud. Very exciting. For the I think I mentioned this when it happens on the show. Like, my cousin, my younger cousin has a band. It's like a cover
Yeah,
band.
yeah,
But
you were
on,
telling me
like
about that.
on occasion, he'll sing some songs that like him and I used to like kind of sing together, like in his garage, just playing when we were bored when we were younger. But I went up on stage and sung with his band. It was pretty fun. just one song. I don't
Okay,
need
if this
anything.
is hang on, this if this is a thrash metal band, I have to know the name. Go ahead.
He's the bassist. Good job, freaking Wanderer. I love it. Uh, no, I just that it's just kind of cool that my cousin's in a somewhat successful small cover band in my state.
Buddy of mine, actually, he's been on the show a couple of times. I'm sure you went. I don't know if you've gone back and watched
Hmm.
the episodes
I
with him. My friend Aaron Maloney.
I do when I'm washing the dishes, but I don't think I've watched that one yet.
Um, Aaron played in a band. He played drums in a band called This or the Apocalypse.
Nice.
And that's actually how he and I met. I was a server at Olive Garden, and that night there was a big hardcore show going on, and they were playing. Well, lo and behold, they ended up coming in to the restaurant for lunch. I didn't get to wait on them, but I did get to talk to them. And they asked me if I was coming to the show that night. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. And they're just like, well, come early and hang out with us. So I got there like 5:30 and spent like an hour and a half talking to all of them,
Man.
and got to know them pretty well. And Aaron and I stay in touch here and have stayed in touch here and there over the years. And amazing drummer, absolutely amazing drummer. He actually now has a cover band that he has called "It's All Good." So if you like kind of cover bands, kind of like what you were talking about your cousin is in,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
go and check Aaron's band out.
Like obviously, like more general public people love cover bands just because they already know the songs. They can sing along to them. It's not too far off from like original versions of songs, and you can still have a good time with a unique variety of tunes from artists.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a band that you can listen to like at a bar or something. It's very nice.
Wanderer, I really like that. He sent me the
Yeah,
band's
I saw
name.
in chat. Yeah, too bad you can't say it on air. That's okay though.
You get a demo cut, I want a copy.
Thank you, Wanderer.
Please and thank you. Yeah.
uh,
But yeah, I no, I'm and see and just talking about that, like I know I say it all the I like I want to go to a fucking show, damn it. Um
yeah, you stolen like some from a lockdown or something or what?
no, man, it's like just money.
It's
You know,
monies. It's the
yeah,
monies.
and I mean I don't I'll miss good ones. I realize that it happens all the time. I miss fucking Alice Cooper again.
Yeah, I mean, it's luck of the draw, man. It's okay.
Actually, like the city of Mississippi, back where I'm from, actually just a couple of weeks ago, uh, fucking Leonard Skinner played.
Ooh, nice.
Now, granted,
How do they
I'm
sound now, though?
honestly, I really don't
I
know.
bet it's a
Now,
little
me,
crusty, man. I'm gonna be honest. I bet it sounds a little crusty. It's like Metallica still playing stuff too. It's like, all right, these are nice. These are epic bands, like absolute legends.
we'll
But
see. We'll see when it comes to Skinner. I'm tired. I'm sick and fucking tired of hearing Sweet Home Alabama, and I'm
yeah,
sick and fucking tired of hearing fucking Freebird.
dude, Sweet Home Alabama's my mom's ringtone. Yeah, I get tired of it
Is
too,
she
man.
an Alabama fan?
No, she's not. She just likes that song for some reason.
Oy
Actually,
vey.
it's like it's the song she uses for my stepfather's ringtone. So
Oy vey.
cringe. So
Yeah.
cringe. Oh man. Hey, I'm calling you out, mom. She does not watch the show.
I was about to say she's not going to see
There's
this,
no
so
way she watches the show.
I'll find a way to send it to her.
Oh man. Well, she watches the Splicer 87 channel sometimes, but like not
Uh,
really.
well, like I like their older stuff from when they started out, and I like songs like my favorite actually is "Give Me Back My Bullet."
Hmm.
That's always been like one of my favorite Skinner tunes. Um, and a lot of people that I know would say, it's kind of cheesy to like Skinnerd and everything like that. But because because I'm just such a like I search for something I search for music with groove to it. Something that's gonna
Yeah.
immediately hold my attention. And
Whenever Skinner's
when
was
I
really popular in like what was it? When were they super big? What late?
like in the 70s.
Yeah. So
Um,
it's one of those things.
well,
There's a whole
well,
generation that still really like those bands.
right. But see, I look at bands like that I enjoy. Like let's take Down for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Down is a total, southern groove sludge project. And it's that I sent you the Nola record, and of course
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing. And you can hear that southern feel to it. Um, and then I look and I'm just like, okay, obviously, these guys like Skinner, because there's a lot of that, southern groove influence in this band. You can also hear it in bands like Pantera. Um, and then of course you've got guys like Ted Nugent, the Nuge, as it were. Um, I just it's so hard. No, it's just so hard to put into words about how really terrible music has become.
Wanderer,
From
I don't think your parents would be disappointed in you. Nah, man. Like, I feel like they'd be very impressed that you've actually like made some money doing this. That's super cool, man. Like seriously. Like literally, like I would say I know that my parents aren't your parents, but like my mom is like super proud of me for even getting like past 500. That's like huge.
I mean, it is a huge milestone. I
It's
think
just so weird because like I might have more someday, and
you
this
would
video
think
is gonna
that.
be so dated. This
No,
video
like
is
you
gonna be
get like
so
if you
dated.
reach 500
Oh
subs, I
my
think
god.
YouTube should send you like a participation medal or something.
I mean, they kind of do. They sent you an email saying, "Congrats, bro! Your subscribers can fit in a jumbo jet."
Woo!
I've
Touch me.
I've said that before. It's like the stupidest, cringiest emails I've ever gotten in my life. But thanks to YouTube, I guess.
It's like you kind of have it's just like I got 500 subs. Who wants to touch me?
Yeah, it's like I mean, you get the plaques too eventually when you hit what is it, 100,000? Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I think
yeah, it's
I can't,
hundred
I can't
thousand and
remember.
then the million, which is the gold one, is a million.
Yeah, um,
Super
but
cool.
no, it's just so hard to really put into words how I feel about the state of something that I love, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
a lot. Um,
Yeah, man.
that's why I stick to the stuff that I know, the stuff that I have found over the last few years is, very underground. You know,
Like I said, I know we don't always agree with like music taste stuff, but
right.
I really like electro swing.
Never heard of it.
It is jazz with electronics.
Now, well, now, I mean, if we're gonna, now, jazz I can handle. I
You
do
like some
like,
jazz, yeah? You like
yes, I
jazz?
do. I do like jazz, but now when it comes to jazz, like I like guys like John Coltrane and Louis
Oh my
Armstrong.
god, I love
And
John Coltrane.
oh man, his blue album. I can't.
Mhm.
Oh man,
Mhm.
put that on a fucking rainy day. That's like chill as fuck.
Obviously the Miles Davis albums.
Oh, Miles Davis, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Can't
what
go
a
wrong with
freaking
Miles
god. He's
Davis.
not even a legend, he's a god. I love me some Miles Davis tracks. Like I said, I did a lot of music theory in high school, right? So like I
Right.
know a lot of the jazz standards, and I did a lot of jazz stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, the sax guy likes jazz. Okay, I'll admit it, folks. I played a saxophone in high school and college.
Hey, that's cool as fuck, man.
Yeah, it's tenor.
You know,
I'm not really a
honest.
alto type. I'm a tenor.
Honestly, you being a horn player, Um,
Well, would
you
win,
should,
but horror.
well,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. Um,
Mhm.
you should check out some ska. I think you'd probably like ska.
Hmm. Interesting. I
Um,
like when like even rock bands incorporate the standard classical instruments into their stuff. Makes it more interesting.
right. Well, I mean, well, that's
Adds the
kind of,
colors to it.
well in the well, ska originally kind of stemmed from reggae,
Yeah.
and you had bands incorporating like a trumpet player and a saxophone player and a trombone player. And then you get into the 90s and it kind of got a little punk rock added to it. And
Mhm.
you got bands like the Voodoo Glow Skulls, and Real Big Fish, and Goldfinger,
Yeah.
and
I
and
mean, I love Goldfinger. Low key, seriously.
oh wow, you
Yeah, Tony Hawk.
nice.
Tony
Oh
Hawk.
yeah.
Yeah, they're a staple of the Tony Hawk series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, any freaking Goldfinger track that's like on those games.
The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones are another
Mm-hmm.
one. I think
No,
they were on one of the
like literally, if
games.
you name like any of the freaking artists that played on Tony Hawk, like the first four titles, the first main four, yeah, those are the ones. And I actually like. Remember we talked about the remaster, the 1 and 2 remaster, how these new devs added some new songs to it that actually still fit mostly within the genre. Less Than Jake is one of the bands that I like recently that are a newer band that's really good.
Oh, Less Than Jake is awesome.
Yeah, like
Um,
their song in the game, it just really hit. It slapped.
oh, there's a band that guy I went to high school with was really into. They're called Mustard Plug,
That's an awesome name.
and their album "Evil Doers Beware" is just awesome. It's absolutely incredible. Um,
Man, I have
the
bomb drop stuck in my head.
but
Jake
I
Soul.
but yeah, I mean, you should like check out some more ska. I think you probably get into it. I got a friend of mine who will send me bands from time to time.
Is it Jake
Um,
Jonas?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, this is another friend of mine from up in Colorado. Um,
Man, look at you with all your friends.
he belongs to this group called the Denver Vintage Reggae Society,
Yeah.
and he's sent me a lot of really cool like old school reggae and ska over the years. So I'll have to look and see if I've got any of it saved, and I'll send it to you. Uh,
Shout out to Jake Jonas though.
oh
Awesome
yeah,
dude.
absolutely.
Straight up.
I messaged him earlier to see if he wanted
Yeah,
to
I would love to
join
have him
us.
back on the show, man.
Oh man,
Super fun to talk to every
oh,
time.
I love Jake, and um
Yeah, he just brings like a lot of life to the party. Seriously.
I need to get up with him, and I need to get up with Bran, and we need to set up another wrestling
Wrestling
nerd.
Smackdown.
We need to set up another wrestling nerd
Oh yeah.
show, and
I have not kept up with like anything right now. There's a
dude,
lot of
I have.
AEW stuff to talk about.
Oh no, I haven't kept up with it either.
But the
The
rise of CM Punk.
the no, that Dark Side of the Ring, that episode, that last one we did where they were talking about that guy Nick Gage, the
Sure.
hardcore wrestler. There's an episode of Dark Side of the Ring all about him,
Ah, cool.
and it's on Hulu. You should go
Well,
watch it.
I do have Hulu right now. Thank you, my lovely lady. She's currently not here, but I'm leeching off her Hulu. Got that Hulu Plus.
What a leech you are.
I know, dude. I steal my sister's Netflix too.
Um.
Nothing I pay for is like YouTube.
So, but yeah, go and go watch that episode. It is really interesting. I mean, it is, and also it's kind of fucked up.
If Dark Side of the Ring's on like Hulu and not Peacock or whatever.
No, it is on Hulu because
Okay.
it's a Vice series.
Ah, yes. Good. I'm glad we have other people making stuff on it. Not just the monopoly of whatever the heck WWE is doing.
Oh yeah, dude. As much as I love wrestling, I want the network to come back.
It was really nice when we had it. Like even my family paid for it, and like I mean, it's nice seeing all the pay-per-views like that.
Oh, I loved going back and watching all those old '90s
Having
pay-per-views.
all the content there and still getting the pay-per-views on the day, like for that price, it was just worth it. 9.99.
Yeah,
Remember the memes of like it
yeah,
was like the
like
running gag of Triple H saying 9.99 every week.
right. And
Oh
I'm
my
thinking, you
god.
know what? That's dude. Yeah, it's advertising for it, but you know what? I'm pretty sure that everybody in that arena already has it,
I
and the
really
people.
enjoyed that 2012 era, man. I did. It wasn't great, but it was good. Okay, as a kid, I liked it.
It still doesn't compare to WCW back in the
I
'90s,
wouldn't
man.
know, man. Those
Dude,
episodes aren't
then
there.
you,
They're gone.
then you need
They're
to
gone.
seriously do some digging around on
Yes,
YouTube.
there's a lot of clips on YouTube, but you'll never be able to find your full shows unless they freaking bring back the network.
On
So
honestly, it would be a massive set, but I think they should release Nitro as a fucking box set.
imagine,
Good God, the
imagine.
volumes of that would be
It has to be
insane.
uncut Nitro though.
Oh, well, I mean, there's not really. If you watch Nitro, you would notice that they weren't quite as intense as WWE was
Yeah,
going for at the time,
sure.
but it was more but it definitely was more edge of your seat.
Bro,
Like when the whole NWO thing was going on and all of that.
I just like watching the clips, right? Because they have the microphones that say TNT on it,
Yeah.
and then you look at freaking AEW now, and they have microphones that say TNT on it, and I'm like, wow, bro, it's literally the same thing.
Easter egg. Um
Direct references to
right.
oh
And
man,
see
the Monday
and
Night Wars.
oh man, and see the other thing that I really miss are good ring announcers.
They
Um
brought that, bro. It's the same ring announcers from WWE and
no,
AEW right
no,
now.
no, 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 no. I'm
Dumb.
talking about like
Yeah,
not
the old
necessarily
guys.
not ring announcers. Commentators and interviewers.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like
right.
my all time favorite is Mean Gene Okerlund.
Dude,
Um,
like, okay, yeah, the interviewer, reporter, people or whatever.
yeah.
They had they had personalities with, like sandpaper in freaking the 2010s.
Oh, definitely. But if you go back and you watch somebody like Mean Gene Okerlund, I mean, he was right there in the middle of it, you know. And as I got to watching WCW, I loved when he interviewed Ric Flair because Ric Flair he would just come out there and Mean Gene would talk for a minute and then put the mic up to Ric Flair, and he would always do the same thing. He would just shout "Mean Gene," It just and him. Let's see, him interviewing Ric Flair and also him talking to Hulk Hogan. Those were my two favorites to watch. Um, but I don't know, man. Like everything is just kind of
Yeah,
it's kind of getting watered down again, and you can't.
can't repeat the same storyline too many times.
Well, no, I mean I'm talking about just kind of it's like almost entertainment in general, you know.
I
Well,
just can't sit down Monday night to watch Raw.
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just entertainment as a whole.
Oh
Like
yeah,
when you go, like you could go to YouTube and back in the day, and you could find really really obscure shit to watch, and then
that stuff is still there. It's just buried by the algorithm.
well, that's true,
Yeah,
but it's kind of like they go out of their way to remove, um,
yeah, I know.
a lot
Weird,
of
but
yeah,
funny content.
like I like to watch, documentaries about World War II,
Mhm.
and there are some that I've watched that I really enjoy, And
I've seen all of World War II in color. Yeah, it's like the pinnacle. Like
I've seen pieces of it. I need to jump into it.
I've watched all of it. It's free on YouTube. Just freaking do it.
Oh, I think it's on.
Yeah, it's on Netflix too. It's on all of them. It's just free. Just watch it.
Oh, it's not all of them on Netflix?
No, I know it's all of them. Like it's on Netflix and YouTube for free. Just watch it.
Now I have seen Band of Brothers. I have seen that.
I think I've seen that too. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure I have seen that.
Definitely worth watching again. And The Pacific was really good. If you haven't seen that.
Nope. But yeah. Like it's still worth. Let's see. Let me think here. The story in World War II in color, obviously, it bounces around a lot because it all happened at the same time. It's like chronological, what's going on in both places, both fronts.
Right.
Yeah. So it'll bounce between back and forth. You'll have a few that are European and then a few that are Japanese, and it will back and forth.
Right. You know, I've excuse me.
I'm just glad both sides had cameras.
True.
They literally both sides had cameras rolling during that whole war.
Well, see, now when it comes to World War II stuff, now of course, like I enjoy reading about the Allies and the tactics and all of that, but my fascination is with the German army, and I say that to say this: the a lot of the symbolism that was used, a lot of the attempting to the attempting to use science to like create like superhuman or whatever.
Yeah, it's really weird because they write everything down. Like literally, like in their culture, they literally like logged everything.
Right.
It's like ingrained in their blood or something. I don't really know what it is, but those scientists, they literally logged it all, and it's crazy.
Oh, the eugenics.
Like literally everything that they did.
Yeah,
no matter what it was.
The eugenic experiments.
Yeah.
But
Captain America.
But I enjoy reading books on that particular side of it, and one subject that I do enjoy reading about is the SS. I'm just kind of fascinated with this group that was attempting to apparently form its own like internal secret society of some kind, and I'm trying to basically one of the reasons why I read about it so much is because I'm just trying to understand why they were attempting to do that, and what was its purpose. Now actually there was an order within the regime, as it were, called the Thule Society.
I've heard of that.
There's not a whole lot about it that I've come across.
Well, it's probably buried for
obvious
reasons.
Right. But that I enjoy reading books and watching documentaries on that subject because I always learn something new, and it kind of adds on to trying to answer like the questions that I have.
Yeah, of course. Nothing wrong with being curious about what happened.
Right.
And historians for a reason.
Right. And, I certainly do not condone anything that they did. Absolutely not. It was absolutely atrocious and vile what they did.
But you also think that it shouldn't be scrubbed from history so no one repeats that kind of garbage.
Exactly. Keep it. What's the old saying? Those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Yeah, you listen to remember it, but not take that as inspiration to repeat it.
Honestly. Exactly. Its purpose is to tell you it basically as a like, hey, don't let this shit happen again. No, stop.
As long as we have enough like-minded people, we'll be okay.
Exactly. like I had a friend of mine one year for my birthday. They found a book of the entire history of the SS, and that's what they gave me for my birthday.
Oh, so you're like reading that stuff right now?
I've been reading on it for quite a while. Like I have so many books going.
I bet
Um,
it's boring.
no, it's actually the part in the book I'm at right now is basically going over rank and insignia, the
Okay.
pronunciate,
Yeah.
like how the actual the officer's title was
It
pronounced
has
in
phonetic
German.
pronunciation.
Right.
Yeah.
It has the Germanic pronunciation, and then of course the English translation of it.
Okay, so that's good.
Um,
Yeah.
um,
Interesting.
let's see if I can remember one.
Have you heard of a YouTube channel named it's called Mark Felton Productions?
No.
All right, I will send it to you.
Okay.
It has like basically everything you need on like World War II stuff, like
Hmm.
in depth. He's a British guy, but like he's super in depth. He's basically a historian.
Oh, nice.
Like he literally knows everything. He
Now
has
one
1.53 million subscribers at the time of this stream.
one thing I do like to watch is I like to watch the restoration channels that actually have gone out into where battles took place, and they found helmets or medals or coins or bullet casings or stuff like that, and they'll actually take it, clean it, and restore it and make it look brand new.
I have a like not me personally, but my family happens to have a I don't know what it is, but it's a German rifle, like from
Uh-huh.
from the Battle of the Bulge.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, my I'd say be great uncle, something like that. It was my grandfather's uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the Bulge or whatever, and he um had to kill a guy for and then took his gun and then he
Oh,
walked out with it.
wow.
Yeah.
um
So
I've
yeah, we
got
have to have this German rifle in our like in our family.
oh yeah, absolutely. um my best friend, or one of my best friends, his grandfather was in World War II, and he brought back quite a bit, but one thing that he did show me was his grandfather brought back a flag, a
Yeah.
Nazi flag off the top of a machine gun nest that they took. Like he literally climbed up to the top of it and ripped it down.
Nice.
And yeah, that was that was pretty intense to see. Um,
Well, yeah, I
I
bet.
told him to he should like try to maybe contact like the Smithsonian and get it carbon dated.
Mhm.
I don't think he ever did. And
It's
then
one of those things, man. People they probably wouldn't even take it these days.
my cousin, his I think it was his dad's grandfather, somebody I can't remember
Mhm.
on that side of my family, served, and he brought back like medals and stuff. Like
Yeah.
he pulled off like dead officers and shit.
I mean,
And
it's like just like Battlefield. Take their dog tags.
right, I mean,
That's brutal, but yeah.
um, and that's one thing I but no, like the restoration stuff I is really interesting to watch. Because I mean, just to be able to take an old, like just a rusted up, you know, German army helmet found like buried under, like 4 or 5 feet of dirt,
Yeah.
and then to take it home and make it look like it just rolled off an assembly line is it's unreal what some of these guys do.
You ever seen those M1 Grand firing compilations on YouTube?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So like there's literally a ping compilation.
Okay.
Ding 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 of when it's done firing. Yeah.
I've
So many of those.
I've watched a lot of the well, not a lot, but quite a bit of like the gun restorations. Like if they find like rifle or a machine gun or a Luger or something like out on a battlefield, like they'll literally take it home and strip it and clean every microscopic inch of it and make it work again. And that's a lot. That actually is very interesting to see, because you really, just to look at it from the start, you don't think that they're going to be able to, do anything with it.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, you can't find it. It's like documentaries that I used to like to watch. You can't find them anymore.
Yeah, no, there are like straight up YouTubers that make much better stuff than the History Channel could ever make. So.
Oh, now that's very true. That's very true. I've come across quite a few World War II like docu-series channels, I guess I'll call them that.
Yeah.
That cover different aspects of that particular subject. I was watching one series where it was breaking down the it was similar to the book that I was just talking about, but this was going through all the insignias and ranks of every portion of the German army, from like the lowliest private to all the way up through like the high command.
Crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, looking at their insignias, it's kind of just like, okay, well, obviously you're important, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
I
mean, like I said, I like history stuff. That's kind of like, in fact, it was like the Roman stuff that got me the most, because my game Rome Total War that I never stopped talking about. That got me like really into history stuff. Like I was already into it anyway, but like, life of a soldier type of stories, I like those.
Oh yeah.
Remember, yes, it's all like political jargon at the top. That's why they're actually fighting. But you remember, these are like real people that straight up freaking fought and died for many reasons. And here I am playing some game based off it.
Right. I mean, I get that. I mean,
yeah, like I feel kind of bad in that regard, but like literally, like Greece and Rome, they've been long gone. Like,
well, I think that's one reason why I like World War II games so much, is because I didn't get to I wasn't actually there, and so now I can actually
experience at least a bit of the horror, but also people are just freaking teabagging and dabbing on people now in those World War II games. So about that.
It was one of the Medal of Honors. I can't remember which one it was, but you actually get to experience D-Day.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I haven't really played many of the Medal of Honor games, but those are the guys who created the original COD.
Yeah, and like I said, I can't remember which one it is, but that was an intense moment in that, to play in that game, actually play in that game, and that this is just a clearly simulated version of what this was like, and then you go and you watch something like Saving Private Ryan, and if that was like as close to an accurate depiction as it gets, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Yep.
You just gotta know that was pretty bad.
I can't even imagine, dude. I can't. But yeah, like I said, I think that's one reason why I like playing World War II games so much, is just so I can get down to killing Nazis.
Yeah, it's too bad. Like I think we've talked about this before. Maybe it's like, yeah, some gaming companies capitalizing on the deaths of real people, but
well, I mean, should I just say war is hell?
I will just say that I like my games. I had an argument with my friend about this once. We don't have to talk about it here, but yeah, him and I got in a very heated debate of, I like playing games, but he's like, but these people freaking died, man. I don't really know what to say about that.
Well,
yeah, it's a tough topic to grasp. I apologize for anyone who may be listening in the future. But yeah, it's people they'll still make games on it no matter what. Not much you can do about it.
Right. I think that's one reason why I don't play games online is because I like experiencing the game just me. You know, um,
Sure.
like I've still been playing that damn Lego game.
It's okay. You can play Minecraft with us sometime. That's a harmless game, right?
I've never played it. I've never had a desire to play it.
Nah, man. When we get that actual PC, we're gonna get you there, man. We'll get you on that
Like
Minecraft.
I've had people tell me I should try Fortnite. I'm like, I've seen Fortnite. I have no desire to play that.
Okay. I don't think Fortnite's for you.
No,
But
I know it isn't. And the first time I actually saw the game, I'm just like, no,
I mean, you could
I
probably
would, I would never play this.
wait for like the older CODs to go on sale and play the campaigns at least. That'd be
I
good.
did see right before Ghostbusters Afterlife came out that they did an update where you could actually have like the Ghostbuster, like the Proton Pack and all that
Yep,
shit.
they do that.
I'm like, really? Come
Yeah, it's
on.
skins to weapons, bro. Dab on the haters.
God, man.
Like, well, remember, that's all cash grabs.
Dude, that's one reason. Like, as much as I love playing Dungeons and Dragons, that's one thing I never got into was like World of Warcraft. I'm like, why would I want to pay monthly?
The biggest issue is that subscription pay.
Well, right, but I'm like, why would I want to pay every month to number one play this game, and then number two, when you put out an update, I have to deal with the installation of that, and
Did you hear about WoW though?
No.
Okay, well, Blizzard, because it's Blizzard who develops that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had like a big they had some super big drama like this last year, and there was this mass migration from World of Warcraft to Final Fantasy 14. And it was a big deal. Like a ton of players there was a ton of new players. Even I tried to jump on it, but literally Final Fantasy 14 is a quote unquote clone of WoW, but slightly newer.
I understand the premise of WoW. It's it's just basically a computerized version of Dungeons and Dragons is all it is, without the dice rolls.
It still has computer generated dice rolls.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it's just only on certain things, but there are computer generated dice rolls at times.
Well, there's with D&D and anything there, everything has a dice roll.
Yeah. People argue that computers have quote unquote true randomness because you don't have the weight of the die on certain sides and stuff like that.
I could see that.
Yeah. So in a lot of ways, I play a lot of RPGs, and computer RPGs have true randomness.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the same critical hit chances you'd have in D&D, right? You have critical hit chance.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are in for instance my Fallout games.
It's called a roll of the D20.
Yeah. So you have
it's a chance. It's all it is. D&D is basically a game of chance.
Well, you can build certain RPGs to have a higher crit chance and do more damage and stuff like that.
Well, that's true. I mean, now I used to run I've run D&D games, and I always use a certain story campaign because I enjoy it more than the rest of them. I use a campaign called Ravenloft. It's more dark and more gothic, and I can do more. I can do more with that, considering the the stuff I like to read. I can do more with it.
Yeah.
But now video game RPGs that are a nod to D&D, like the Forgotten Realms games, like I was talking about, and it was Forgotten Realms, the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance that I was talking about. Do what?
Fallout 1.
What about it?
Have you seen anything on Fallout 1?
No.
Oh man, it is a hardcore RPG. There is an optimal build levels of if you build wrong, you will lose early game. Because you can literally just straight up die and need to either restart or go back to your last save. And dice rolls for literally everything. It says you missed. Missed. Yeah, Fallout 1's a hardcore freaking level of RPG, and the reason why is because the guys who created it, they were humongous fans of board games,
Right.
right? Like this is 1997, so like you have 90s computers, and they like literally Fallout 1 only had like I would say it was a year and a half development time. I can't really confirm that. I could be wrong, but it wasn't in development for very long because of its its sprites. It's a small game,
Right.
and they developed a system. It was supposed to be GURPS. I don't know if you know about GURPS. The
No.
general. It's I'm gonna look it up. It has a generic universal role playing system, which was a set of rules they could use by a guy named Steve Jackson. I think maybe it was like for tabletop role playing game system designed for any game in existence
Right.
for RPGs. And Fallout was originally supposed to be GURPS, but instead they went for this thing called the special system, which I'm sure you've heard of that, right?
I think I've heard the term once or twice.
Okay, well, so you have these stats that vary from 1 to 10 for strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. And based off how you distribute points to those stats will determine how well your character is at certain things. Yeah, so in Fallout 1, the optimal build always starts with agility at like 9 or 10. Because everything you do requires action points, which use a point of agility each turn, because it's turn-based. You literally roll a dice every turn.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's super in-depth RPG, and it's a computer game, and then people are still playing it today because of what Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas are today, and maybe 76. I won't talk about that, though, which is nothing like that game. But Fallout 1 is super duper in-depth. Fallout 1 and 2 are both like that.
I've played just a little bit more of New Vegas. I'm slowly getting into it. It's just I guess I'm just more used to more fast paced stuff.
Yeah, it's very slow paced. Eventually, if you ever decide to give 3 a chance, a game that technically runs better on PS3 than the New Vegas. If you give 3 a chance, 3 actually has a dice roll for your charisma checks, like your speech checks.
Right.
In New Vegas, I assume you've had your first few speech checks, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
It gives you the exact number of speech points you need to pass your speech check.
Right.
Yeah, in Fallout 3, it gives you a percentage based off your charisma as well as your speech skill.
Okay.
When you distribute points when you level up.
Right.
It's remember these games are still RPGs. It's just it's a bit more casualized for anybody to play, which is why people still enjoy playing the 3D games a lot more. You're also in the world in first person. Fallout 1's not like that. It's a top down. If you ever look up a screenshot of Fallout 1, you'd know. It just you can tell the games are very different as you move on. Fallout 3 and New Vegas both have your critical strike chance based off your luck stat. So if you have luck 7 or higher, you're more likely to do a ton of damage on a random hit.
Oh, okay, so your luck check would have to do if you get a crit or not.
Yeah. It's not like Fallout 4 where you get guaranteed crits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of that.
A guaranteed crit.
So in Fallout 4, you have to.
Is that an ability like you have to get?
So you know what VATS is, right? You've used VATS already.
I think so. Yeah.
You press is it R2?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it should be R2 if there's trigger flip because there's always trigger flip on in that era of games. Yeah. So you press your R2 button and it freaking zooms in on the character's face, right?
Right.
In Fallout 4, if like when you have to shoot things in VATS to get your luck meter build up, it's like a luck meter, and then you just execute the crit whenever you want to.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Totally different system than Fallout 3 New Vegas that has a dice roll literally every shot. And you get strikes in or outside of VATS.
That is very D&D-esque.
Now, if you're using VATS, your guns will degrade faster than not. Because you're using the system or whatever.
Yeah.
Because remember, your weapon can break on you in New Vegas. If you use a weapon too much, it will break. Thankfully, you just steal someone else's gun and then repair it with their friend's gun. Because they're all using the same guns. Like if you fight the powder gangers.
Right.
They're carrying dynamite and stuff, but they also have like pistols, I think, something like that.
You know, I finally got a copy of the first Sniper Elite
Nice.
for PS3.
I don't even know how old that game is now.
I don't care. It's still fun.
Sniper Elite 1. Let's see here. Keep talking.
But I've been able to pull off a few shots where with my sniper rifle for like when I take the shot, I kind of know where it's going, but there have been those random ones where I've actually hit a grenade on somebody's belt.
So you're playing the original Sniper Elite, yeah?
Yeah, it's Sniper Elite V2 is the
Okay,
version
okay.
I've got.
Yes, yeah, that's the remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first remaster for the first game. And yeah, PS3. Nice.
If
that was 2012. Sorry.
I wasn't.
That version of it. The original game is 2005.
Oh, okay.
PS2.
Wow. It only took them 7 years to remaster it.
Well, I mean that's how it is with games these days. They do that.
Right.
It's probably just an updated version of the first game with better looking graphics.
It's just fun to play it again.
Yeah, of course. Oh my. Oh, the game was described as a reboot of the original Sniper Elite rather than a sequel. That's why it's called V2. It's like a remade version of the first game, so it's not exactly the same.
Oh, okay, I got
But
you.
it's a more canonized version. It's like what they actually intended. Oh, cool. Yeah, so that's what Sniper Elite 2, 3, and 4 and Zombie Army stuff is all based off of.
I still wish that PlayStation would go back and remaster the original Medal of Honors.
Yeah, it's let me think. Is it EA who owns those?
Think so.
I think it's EA who published them. That's kind of the issue, is that Medal of Honor is not only a basically dead franchise, like
Well, Tony Hawk was kind of becoming a dead franchise too because the games kept getting so bad.
well, yeah, and it's stupid because yes, it's an Activision thing. Yeah, it's Respawn Entertainment. That's why Medal of Honor. Yeah, it's Respawn who did they just die or no? Respawn's making Apex Legends.
Well, we'll see.
The Electronic Arts, yeah.
We'll see. It's like like I was saying, the Tony Hawk franchise was pretty much dead.
Yep.
And then they went back and remastered 1 and 2 and released those, and now it's kind of picked back up a little bit. People want to play the original games again.
Yeah, and they should have remastered 3 and 4, but Activision decided to kill freaking Vicarious Visions, so we'll never get it. We'll never get 3 and 4 remastered.
Oh.
They literally finished the game for 1 and 2 remastered, and then their developer company got shut down. They got moved to Blizzard. So remember, Activision owns Blizzard, but they call themselves Activision Blizzard. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Activision. Is one of Activision's studios on the Activision side of the company. They took that studio and put them on the Blizzard side, which means they can't really work on Activision's games anymore. They're now working on freaking like what the heck is Blizzard making? It's some I think it's a DLC or something to one of their current Blizzard games, like one of the Dragon Age things maybe, or like another remaster but on one of their games. But yeah, so the developer still does exist and they still have a Twitter account, but their company's dead, and I'm sad because they made a really good remaster of Tony Hawk.
I'll get to play it eventually.
Oh yeah, man. I was tempted to get it on Switch again, just like have it on the go, but I don't really want to pay for it again. Not full price, at least.
True.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be really good with the Switch Pro controller.
I really got sucked into this Lego game.
Bro, it's Lego. It's like Lego freaking Indiana Jones. Wow, Pirates of the Caribbean.
I I think the next one I'll try will be the Indiana Jones.
You should play the console versions of the Indiana Jones games. Yeah, they're really good.
This Pirates one has been so much fun.
I played the PSP version of Indiana Jones. I don't know how big of a difference it is for the PlayStation 3 version because in that era, each platform you were on had a different version of the game. It's really weird. So like
Yeah.
PS version of Indiana Jones is totally different than PSP version, and they're both portable consoles.
I want to try the I may try the Harry Potter ones too.
Oh, those are really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I actually my girlfriend has the years 1 through 7 on the Switch, like the one cartridge for the whole game. They're really good, man. You can buy the 2 separate copies of years 1 through 4 and 5 through 7 for your PS3 because that's from that era. So you just buy those 2 games and you'll be fine. Yeah, they split the whole series in 2 games. It was kind of too big to fit on the disc.
Oh, I bet. I mean, those are pretty massive games.
This was before SSDs as well, so like it might actually be good to get an SSD for your PS3. Make your games load faster. They're on the cheap now, is what I mean. Storage is really cheap right now. It's Black Friday too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
So look up a PS3 SSD and you'll be good to go.
Well, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap up for the night. We have babbled long enough.
Thanks for tuning in, to everyone listening to the Sanctum Sanctorum podcast.
Absolutely. I want to thank everybody who came by the chat. Lulu, thank you. Vac, thank you. Also, Wanderer, good to see you in there. Definitely missed you and Doc tonight. Guys, so we will I'll be announcing when the next show will be, and of course I'll get up with Splicer. I just have to double check everything at work when I go back tomorrow, and we'll let you know when the next show is going to be. So just be watching your recommendations and everything on the YouTubes, and
Heck yeah.
We'll let you know when we will be back. But thank you so much for everyone who stopped by and tuned in. And of course, if you're going to be listening later, thank you so much for the support. We really do appreciate it. So we will let you know when the next show is going to be, and we look forward to seeing you again. But until then, my friends, as always, peace be with you.